And welcome inside the Collins Arena for Jersey Blues basketball here on Brookdale TV. Brian Goudsworth and Dominic Sama here with you today. First game of our doubleheader as the Jersey Blues take on the Bergen Bulldogs. And Dominic, a little bit of an up and down start for Brookdale as the starting lineups are about to be introduced. Jersey Blues come in at 2-3, coming off a game where they started so hot offensively, and then the last 3 quarters of that game in the loss to Camden, it was a struggle to generate any kind of offense.
Yeah, they finished that game with a 58-47 loss against the Camden County Cougars, with Carissa Reyes as most of the games in the past few to start this season, leading the way for the Jersey Blues. She averages 17.3 points per game for the Jersey Blues. And not only that, but right now Brookdale is heavily impacted by 3 different injuries that all impact their starting lineup, including Ella Case, who comes from the bench actually. She's from Seagirt, and she is a sophomore. She has an ankle injury. She's the one in crutches introducing the starting lineups here. Also is Rakaya Mack. She is injured, as is Jasmine Sullivan. Mack and Sullivan are also the team leaders for the Jersey Blues, and this obviously impacts their season going out. Hopefully they all 3 of them end up well.
So with the injuries, the Brookdale starting lineup, as you see being introduced right now, it's Ava Miskowski, Carissa Reyes, Ashley Ventura, Kenya Wagner, and Vera Eigening. The 5 for Rich Brunson. And for the visiting Bergen Bulldogs, who are in search of their first win on the year, starting 5 tonight of Nia Duran, Jasmine Colon, Adriana Huertas, Jaylene Ferrer, and Isabella Romano. So the teams making their way onto the court, and we are about set for action here inside Collins Arena. Game 6 of the season for the Jersey Blues. Bergen has only played twice, so this is just their 3rd contest. First of 2 meetings between these 2 teams. And the officials this evening, Lori Ryan, Gerard Duran, and Carlton Crawford. And the ball in the air, and we're underway with the Jersey Blues controlling the opening tip. Quick find underneath the basket, and Ventura, 6 seconds in, puts the first points on the board. Here's Bergen, opening possession. The standout player is Jaylene Ferrer. She averages 26 points a game. It's a work in progress getting anyone else involved. The missed shot there by Romano, and rebounded by the Jersey Blues. Ava Miskowski for Wagner. She puts it up and short. Rebounded by Romano. Here's Ferrer getting her first handle. Duran around the perimeter, they work it. Duran is open, and she's in and out on a 3-point attempt, offensive rebound, and the putback, and there's the first points for Ferrer.
Yeah, Ferrer averaging 26 a game, and as you just said, a standout player. Not only that, but her, Romano, and Victoria Vanan, who is currently on the bench for Bergen, they're tied in rebounding per game also, 5.5 rebounds per game, just to add a little bit more stats to it.
Wagner misses on the last Brookdale possession. Outside of Ferrer, though, for the Bulldogs, they don't have another player averaging double figures in the scoring department. Duran gives it up. Here's Ferrer. She knocks it down. And she's been a sharp shooter from 3, 60% coming into the night from long range. So Bergen with the early lead, about 2 minutes in. Handed off for Miskowski, running floater in the lane, and gets the bounce.
Nice move by Miskowski over to the basket. An easy 2 for her.
Brookdale down by 1. Here's Cologne firing away. That misses. And the offensive rebound, Romano. Duran. A Bergen team that doesn't score a whole lot, but they have shot extremely well from three-point range. Here, though, shot clock winding down. 5 on the timer. Duran's got to make it happen. 1 second, and a violation.
Shot clock violation. Brookdale possession.
So that time, Brookdale bottling up the Bulldogs defensively, and they weren't able to get a shot away.
Yeah, so far to start this game, too many opportunities given by Brookdale to Bergen to shoot. A few 3 balls here and there. Brookdale needs to clamp down on their defense, whether it's around the perimeter or in the paint.
Miskowski backing up with it. Reyes finds Ijeming. Her first attempt is good.
Yeah, great look by Ijeming to take that jumper and had that shot there to take it and take back the lead in favor of Brookdale.
1 point lead. Romano able to rip it away, stays with the Bulldogs. Melanie McCormick has checked in and she throws it away off the hands of Melanie Triana, and the Jersey Blues will have it. Brookdale coached by Rich Brunson, now in his 6th season. Jersey Blues looking for their first home win, 0-2 thus far. Carissa Reyes bounces for Wagner, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, that was a great look by Reyes to give it over to Kenya Wagner, who gets smacked on her arm and will head over to a line for a couple.
And Wagner's off to a great start, averaging 16 points, 12 rebounds. That's good for a double-double. Free throw shooting, looking to improve on a 44% clip, and misses. Sophomore from Homedale. That's one theme with both of the Brookdale teams this year. Lots of returning players, giving them an advantage with experience. Offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Ventura tried to bounce it inside. The Jersey Blues will inbound it.
Yeah, funny you bring up a lot of sophomores returning, and then Ventura, the one starting freshman, got the offensive rebound there.
Reyes, pull up, won't go, and we'll go over to Bergen.
Bulldogs possession.
Bergen making the trip south from their home up in Paramus for this evening's game. Down by 1 in the early going. Swing it. And then inside, and the easy bucket there for McCormick.
Yeah, great look by Isabella Romano.
As Miskowski goes all the way but can't convert. And back the other way comes Victoria Vanan. And then her pass is taken away, and the Jersey Blues come back off the turnover. Reyes get it set up. Miskowski for Reyes. Crossover move to the basket. Missed the finger roll layup, and it goes to the Bulldogs.
Possession. On substitution for Bergen, number 2.
Changes here for Bergen County. Adriana Huertas is among those who have checked in. Jaylene Ferrer as well. And here comes Christina Barnes on the Jersey Blues side, placing Miskowski. Bergen up 1 and with possession. 5.5 to go opening quarter. McCormick, corner trigger, too strong on a 3, rebounded by Barnes. Dale moving the other way. Barnes thought about the 3. Wagner. And back to the line she goes.
Yeah, good thing for Kenya Wagner is she towers over the rest of the Bergen squad. They have no match for her height at standing at 6 foot out of Homedale, and being a sophomore, this is her 1 year to shine.
Starting in her 6th straight game.
And Wagner at the line shooting long.
And the second attempt for the sophomore is good. So we're tied at 7, about halfway through the opening quarter. Ferrer. Cologne will fire and unable to hit the 3. It's rebounded by Ventura. Reyes looking to move in transition all the way to the basket. Off the glass, no. And the Jersey Blues will retain it.
Possession.
Inbounder Ventura. And for Wagner, couldn't catch it cleanly. So here's Bergen the other way, McCormick. Ferrer, dish inside. Duran lost the handle on it. Tries to get it back. On the first held ball of the night. Keep it on this end of the floor.
And a nice and clean block by Kenya Wagner to keep Bergen from getting a shot in.
Quite a few changes. Bergen working with a fairly deep bench. Players available for new head coach David Mosconi. Ferrer inbounding, lobs it in. Double team and they call a foul. So Brookdale will pick up their first team foul.
Ventura, number 13, first foul. Team's first of the quarter. Bergen possession.
Vanon takes a turn as the inbounder. Ferrer, quick shot, and she's hit. Free throws coming.
Jaylene Ferrer in the line shooting 2. On the foul, number 13.
Ferrer, who is yet to miss at the free throw line this year, only 5 attempts, but 5 out of 5. This Bergen team has not had many opportunities at the free throw line. They've been held under 10 attempts in both of their first 2 games.
And so far, she's been a total of 100% from the free throw line.
6 for 6 now, and make it 7 for 7. Bergen leads by 2. Miskowski, tough shot. Wagner on the offensive rebound, putback attempt, no. Ball tipped around. Miskowski dribbled it, and it's last touch Brookdale. So you get the sense of Jersey Blues still trying to settle in here. Down by 2, and you mentioned in the open, still dealing with injuries to key players, and that makes it tough against a team that's searching for their first win.
Yeah, Rakaya Mack equalized Carissa Reyes last year with scoring at just about 12 points per game.
Ferrer knocks down another. You got to make sure you get a hand in her face, or she will burn you.
And now Brookdale down by 5. A lot to work with after that.
Miskowski will go to the line.
Brookdale big on line shooting 2.
Bergen
Number 11.
continues to make a bunch of changes. There's 4 new players coming onto the floor. The only one who stays in is Ferrer.
At the line for Brookdale, number 3, Miskowski shooting.
And Miskowski thus far shooting at 62%. Brookdale not making their free throws in the early going. Last foul is on Vanon, her first. And nothing out of 2. It's rebounded by Ferrer. Bergen with a 5-point lead. As Ferrer goes to work. Backdoor cut, and it'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Just to note, Brian, Ferrer is only a freshman. She's got a lot of promise with a rather struggling Bergen County College team that last year they were almost near the bottom in Region 19 women's hoops, and now with Ferrer and also Melanie McCormick shooting that 3 ball, they could have much more promise going into the Region 19 playoffs and the rest of the season.
Yeah, McCormick has chipped in well. Miskowski can't get that to go. McCormick, who came in averaging just over a point a game, but she's well over that total so far. We come up on 3 minutes to go in the first. It's an 8-point lead for Bergen on the road. And they've got possession. Ferrer at the top of the key. Tried to spin around Barnes, no luck. Turnover. Jersey Blues looking for an answer as Reyes calls out a play. Wagner makes a move, blocked. And taken there by Cologne, and then she's fouled.
On the foul, Christina Barnes, first person foul.
Barnes picks it up. This is a Bergen team that has played 2 games, and they both have been blowout losses. But thus far, off to a good start. It's Ferrer. Goes around the screen, and it's going the other way. Offensive foul. And now more changes. For the first time comes Charmaine Alkeber.
Brookdale possession. On substitution.
Melanie Triana as well.
Charmaine Alkeber.
Bergen making full use of their full complement of players. And it's been working through the opening quarter. So there's going to be a foul out top as Reyes was handling, and they'll get Alkeber.
On the team's 4th. Correction.
5th team foul, and this is a free throw opportunity for Reyes.
Miskowski. Shooting for Brookdale.
Reyes at 71%.
Correction at the line, Carissa Reyes.
And you mentioned we saw her as a freshman be one of Brookdale's real standout players, and now a chance to carry that momentum into her second year.
Yeah, she ran the floor for Brookdale last year as a point guard, as a starter, and this is no different for her nowadays. Just riddled with a little bit more of injuries with her fellow teammates who played with her last year. That includes Case, Mack, and Sullivan. Hoping that they come back, so Brookdale will be once again a fully stacked squad going into the home stretch of the season, and Carissa Reyes will have more familiar teammates to also work with.
Wagner sets the high screen. Reyes to the basket. Bank shot misses. Wagner keeps it alive. Ventura's jumper way off the mark as Brookdale struggles from the floor continue. And then there's a...
Yeah, that's Victoria Vanan and Ava Miskowski both shaken up as they fall on the floor.
So Vanan able to get to her feet. And she'll get a round of applause as she heads toward the bench.
Substitute for Bergen, number 3, Jasmine Below.
Keep it here. The Bergen basketball.
Bulldog possession.
Good opening quarter for Bergen. This is the first time that they played on the road. Their first 2 games were back at home. And I mentioned the blowout losses. They were playing some pretty good teams. Montgomery namely. Duran for Romano, good ball movement, and Alcaber called for steps. So a minute and a half to play in the first. Brookdale will have it. Trying to avoid a fourth straight quarter being held under 10 points. The amazing thing about the last game against Camden is that they scored 31 in the opening quarter and then were silenced the rest of the game. Barnes fires way short into the hands of Duran, and the Bulldogs come the other way. Duran using the high screen, puts up a three, won't go. Rebound loose, and the Bulldogs have it. Second chance opportunity. Romano fires. That's no good. Another offensive rebound, and yet another chance on this end of the floor. Duran fires a three. They had three chances, but come up empty. Now Reyes starts the other way. Around the defender. Can't get it to fall. Comes to Miskowski, and she banks it in. And another Bergen player hits the deck.
This is Alcaber.
And she needs an extra minute. Gets assisted to a seating position. So already a couple Bulldogs that have gotten shaken up. We'll step aside here on Brookdale TV, just over about a 3-second difference shot in game clock. Bergen with a 5-point lead. That's an open look for Ferrer. Off the rim, no. Rebound Ventura. And the final 10 seconds of the first. Reyes finds a wide open Wagner for the easy two. Final 5 seconds now. Bergen up by 3, cross midcourt. Duran, long jumper, short. And the horn sounds, ending this opening quarter. So maybe just a little bit of momentum for Brookdale getting that easy basket to close the quarter. They trail, though, after 10 minutes tonight, 15-12 Bergen. And we'll come back for the second quarter after this on Brookdale TV. Vera Ijeming, offensive rebound, can't get the putback as we start the second quarter, and Brookdale will get it right back off the travel. Brian Gautzer and Dominic Sama, rest of our crew with you this evening. A little bit of a slow start for Brookdale, but they'll try to get back into it as we get underway here in the second quarter. Reyes on the perimeter. Step back from the foul line. And the rebound is picked up by Romano.
The biggest thing for Brookdale as we start the second quarter is they need to defend the perimeter much better. Too many opportunities given up, much like Ferrer thinking about it right there for the three ball.
Swings it, and it's picked off by Miskowski. In transition, and good transition defense by Duran will force an inbound.
Yeah, Coach Brunson expects way more of that kind of sixth sense defense or pressure defense when it comes to the perimeter in order to get the ball back.
Reyes looking over her options. Miskowski sets the screen, now takes the pass. Jumper on the way is good. It's a three.
Nothing but net for her.
Tied up at 15 apiece. Ferrer for the Bergen lead. No, and rebounded by Miskowski. Taking it herself, scoop shot, and picked up by Ferrer. Work it to the top of the key. Cologne, that won't go on a three. Miskowski secures the rebound. Brookdale looks to regain the lead. There's a whistle. And Rich Brunson's going to talk it over at the 8:22 mark in the second quarter. We're tied up at 15, and we return after this. tied at 15. This Region 19 matchup. Doubleheader today. Men's game will follow after the conclusion of this one. Miskowski's three is off the rim. Ball's loose underneath, picked up by Ijeming, and she scores on the banker.
Takes a lot of strength with a lot of defenders under the basket for Ijeming to will that through and give Brookdale the 2-point lead.
Missed by McCormick. Reyes has a path to the basket, and she exploits it, but misses. And the ball loose on the floor, and there's a whole pile wrestling for it. It'll be Bergen. This Bergen team started the year with not just losses, but the first game they lost 98-25, and they fared a little better, but still lost by 22 their last time against Raritan. So easily the best that they have played on the early part of the season. Foul on Miskowski, or Ventura.
Fouls number 13 of Brookdale, third person foul against Ashley Ventura, first period.
So Bergen will have it out of bounds. Adriana Huertas is in on the Bulldogs side. Shot clock at 10, three-pointer off the mark, try by Venan. Second try in the paint, misses. Brookdale comes the other way. Ventura's ahead of the floor. Back to Reyes and the lefty layup. Bad 3 minutes gone by, second quarter. Possession with Bergen. Here is Ferrer. Can't connect on a three. Rebounded by Miskowski. Looking to push. Lost the handle, able to track it back down, and a foul. As Ferrer will be guilty on Bergen's first of the quarter.
Jaylene Ferrer, first person foul. Team's first of the period. Brookdale possession.
Be an inbound situation with Barnes. Barnes lobs it in. Reyes trips and loses it. And running a little bit gingerly back on the defensive side. Here's, though, a chance in transition, and it's Reyes who misses, but the follow is good. Miskowski who missed the original shot, and Reyes able to clean it up. 6-point Brookdale lead. Ferrer looking to change that, short. Picked up by Miskowski. Now Reyes finds Ijeming and Miskowski. Ijeming puts it on the floor. Wagner fires on a three and an air ball. Coming the other way, Ferrer. Hands it off. Jumper, Duran, too strong, uncontested for the rebound, Wagner. Miskowski got pushed, and that's Bergen's second.
On the foul, Melly McCormick. First foul.
And here come four substitutions. Venan, Huertas,
On substitution for Bergen.
Triana,
number 0.
and Alkeber.
Charlene Alcuber, 21. Adriana Huertas, and number 11, Victoria Bennett. On the floor for the Bulldogs.
Although after trailing in the early going has gotten the momentum back in their favor, and now with their largest lead at 6.
On the substitution for
Now for the Jersey Blues, Ashley Ventura comes in, and she'll take the inbound after the officials get together.
That was Brookdale's second team foul.
Lob it in. Wagner able to catch, goes up, and can't get it to fall. Venan the rebound. Huertas goes into the hands of Brookdale, trying to get the held ball, and now the whistle blows.
Alternate possession. We'll go to Brookdale.
And it's going to be Bergen basketball.
Bergen possession.
Huertas is the inbounder.
Bulldog possession.
Just over 5.5 to go until halftime. 6-point Brookdale lead. The officials make sure everything's on the same page. And now Huertas ready to inbound and throws it away.
Jersey lose possession off the turnover by Bergen.
Brookdale, in addition to looking for their first home win of the year, looking to pick up their first win in the conference. This is only their second try at that. The loss to Camden on Saturday was their first. Wagner backs in, puts it up and in.
Great turnaround move by Kenya Wagner to extend this Brookdale lead up to 8.
Vanan comes up short, able to track down her own rebound and can't keep it in bounds.
On the sideline, Brookdale possession. We're approaching 5 minutes remaining in that, approaching 5 minutes.
Reset the Brookdale lineup. They have Ventura, Reyes, Barnes, Wagner, and Ijeming, the 5 on the floor. Bulldogs set to make 4 new changes at the next stoppage. Feed Wagner inside. She goes up and puts 2 more on the board.
See, that's what they need more of with Kenya Wagner. The Bergen County Bulldogs have no match for Wagner's height and her ability to make turnaround Jays like that, go inside the basket, and even make rebounds. Kenya Wagner needs to keep this momentum going all throughout this game in order to keep the lead out of reach for the Bulldogs.
Ferrer leads the new group on the floor for Bergen, and just goes to show that when she's on the bench, this team does not operate nearly as effectively as after an early lead. In fact, I think Brookdale's on an 18-0 run. This game was 15-7 Bergen, and it's now Brookdale with a 10-point advantage. Here's a turnover. Ferrer gets to the basket. Shot is good, plus the foul. Chance at a 3-point play. That's what good scorers do. So good at initiating the contact. And here she gets a chance to add 1 more at the line as Christina Barnes comes on for Brookdale.
Christina Barnes. Bergen had the line shooting 4.
And you mentioned, too, it's not often that you come in as a freshman and immediately make the kind of impact that Ferrer has, averaging 26 points a game.
Well, most definitely her, and I believe Melanie McCormick also will catch up. They are both going to be forces to be reckoned with in Region 19 women's basketball.
Melanie McCormick, number 10, third personal foul.
McCormick picks up the foul. Banan at the scores table, and she comes in for McCormick. As we go down the stretch of this first half, 4 minutes and change to go. Brookdale basketball. Barnes has it blocked and taken here by Cologne. Bounces for Ferrer. Jump shot off target on a 3. Back up and in for Isabella Romano.
5.5 rebounds a game for Romano, and a great move to the bucket there to trim the lead for Brookdale down to 5.
And trying on the acrobatic save, Miskowski, but it'll be Bergen possession. (25-20) the score. And Ferrer is wide open, can't take advantage of it. Easily, Miskowski picks up the rebound.
18-5 run for the Jersey Blues so far.
Back out Miskowski using the screen, jump shot, just grazes the rim and rebounded by Ferrer. Able to get around Barnes easily all the way to the rim and can't get it to go. And coming out of a crowd with it is Reyes. Spots Barnes. And she's contacted, there's no foul, and then there's a foul.
On a foul, Ian Duran. First personal foul on number 2.
Team foul number 4 for Bergen.
Brookdale possession.
They need to watch out for their fouls or else they'll be over the limit and Brookdale will head to the free throw line at every foul called for the rest of the half.
Ijeming tried to keep it in bounds, but Jersey Blues turn it over. It just goes to show for a team like Bergen, when you have a star player, you're capable of staying in games even without a supporting cast that's given a whole lot of support. But Ferrer is just that dangerous. There's 2 more from the baseline, and it's a 3-point Brookdale lead now.
My goodness, what a move and what awareness by Ferrer right there. It just took 2 seconds for her to just make a nice turn, saw the opening to go for the jumper, and there goes a 5-point Brookdale lead down to 3.
Reyes pick and pop with Wagner, and way off the mark, back to the Bulldogs. Substitution, Sophia Gross checks in for the first time. She has not seen too many minutes in the early part of this season. Come up on 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Ferrer, short that time, picked up by Wagner. She's been the MVP for Brookdale so far, scoring and rebounding. Here she sets up Barnes. Missed it. And then a foul after the rebound was secured by Ferrer.
On the foul number 15.
Team foul number 3.
Team's third. Bergen possession. Under 2 minutes.
Nia Duran pulls up long range and buries it. And we are tied at 25 apiece.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest key for Bergen. Take every 3 that you can find, every opportunity for a 3-ball, take it. And look at how the lead has dwindled for Brookdale. Now we're at a tied game with 80 seconds left.
This has been a half of momentum swings. Bergen trying to get the lead back, and off the front rim, Cologne missed it. Back to the Jersey Blues it goes. As 4 new Bulldogs come onto the floor. You think about this game, it starts 15-7 Bergen, then it's a 10-point Brookdale lead, and ever since, Bergen has outscored the Jersey Blues by 10 to get back even. Reyes running floater, offensive rebound, Wagner fouled before the shot.
On foul number 25, second person foul against Jaylene Ferrer. Bonus shots coming for Brookdale. At the line, number 23, Kenya Wagner.
So Wagner back to the line. And with the absences of some key players, as we discussed earlier with Rakaya Mack and Jasmine Sullivan, so far the player who has stepped up has been Wagner.
Kenya Wagner at the line.
Yeah, especially with her height. Bergen has no match for her towering 6-foot height. So Wagner should, in a game like this, take every opportunity to make rebounds, take the ball under the 10, and do everything she can to even take fouls and take some contact.
Alternate possession.
Brookdale able to get a tie-up. They will take over here. We're inside of a minute to go first half. Ijeming is is set to come in. Gross goes back to the bench.
The Jersey Blues with 1 minute remaining.
Brookdale looking to regain the lead. And Reyes able to draw a foul on Melanie Triana. She doesn't quite understand the call.
On the foul, Melanie Triana. First personal foul.
That will put Reyes at the line as Bergen is in the penalty.
Carissa Reyes for Brookdale.
So Reyes is at 71%. Reyes along with backcourt mate Ava Miskowski, both Jersey City natives. She gets the friendly roll there.
During halftime, please stay off the main court during halftime. Thank you for your cooperation.
And 2 added 2.
Again, we're under 1 minute.
Jersey Blues applying some press, but easily across midcourt. Ferrer. Now Ferrer gets space. Unable to hit the 3. Rebounded by Barnes. Batted out of bounds off Romano.
Jersey Blues possession. Those are 35 seconds remaining.
Brookdale possession. Bergen looking to deny the inbounds. In for Miskowski. Tight-roping the sideline and gave it away. She was bumped, but no call. Ferrer can't hit the 3. Rebounded there by Miskowski. Shot clock is now turned off. Reyes crosses midcourt. Takes it all the way to the basket. Gets it to go, plus the blocking foul.
What a scoop layup by Carissa Reyes. And a momentum swing to end the first half. 15.8 to go still. But then again, Carissa Reyes, what a layup there. And chance to make this a 3-point play.
Just made 2 free throws a moment ago. They're looking to make good on a 3-point play after converting on a tough layup. And it's good. 5-point Brookdale lead. Shot clock remains off. Final 12 seconds. Bergen can hold for 1 if they choose. Romano way outside. Makes a move through the paint. Off the rim, no. Rebounded by Wagner. Final second. And we hit the halftime break. With the score, the Jersey Blues 30 and Bergen 25, and a half of momentum swings. But the Jersey Blues take a 5-point lead as we hit the break. And Dominic, your final thoughts before we go to break.
A lot of momentum swings. Bergen now showing after a couple of tough losses that they are now a force to be reckoned with after last year's tough season with Ferrer and McCormick. So good on Bergen for keeping up with Brookdale, but let's see what's in store for this next half of play.
So the Jersey Blues with a 5-point lead. It's 30-25 as they look to go back to the 500 mark with a win here tonight. We'll take a break for the half. We're coming back here on Brookdale TV. Ijiming the catch down low. Unable to bank it, one-hands it on the offensive rebound, and she'll go to the line.
Will be going to line shooting 2. On the foul, number 30, Jasmine Cologne. First personal foul, team's first.
Jasmine Cologne picks up the personal, and that is her second. Ijiming limited opportunities at the free throw line thus far. First attempt, good.
Brookdale at the line shooting 1.
And 2 out of 2. Brookdale at 2 and 3. Bergen looking for that elusive first win of the season. Ferrer for 3, yes.
And,
She came into the day shooting 60% from three-point range.
and to note that she is only a freshman, Brian, she's got a lot of promise in the coming year or two to come for the Bergen Bulldogs.
Here she drives baseline, off the back rim, rebounded by Wagner. Miskowski looks up the floor and throws it away, looking for Ventura, but the pass wide of the mark. Bergen comes off a game where they shot 13 of 25 from 3, and so far through 2 games, as this one is off the mark, tried by Cologne, and back to Brookdale. But they, as a team, are shooting 44% from 3, which is lights out. And amazingly, from the floor, they're shooting 28%, but they're shooting much better further away from the basket. It almost defies logic.
Yeah, Bergen has literally taken every single opportunity to take the 3 ball from the perimeter, and at a lot of times they've been making their shots. So that's been keeping them close with the Jersey Blues, so much to the point where Brookdale's only leading by 4.
And I think it's part of where you miss a player like Rakaya Mack, who's one of your better defenders at defending the three-point arc, and Brookdale has allowed a number of open looks so far.
Yeah, I think it's the combination of 2 things. Brookdale breaking down as far as perimeter defense, and Bergen taking every opportunity and smelling that blood from the Jersey Blues.
So it's a 4-point game. Wagner got good position, able to put it up off the rim and rebounded by Venon.
That's one thing that they should be taking more opportunities with, is Kenya Wagner and her towering height.
Around they work it to Romano. She misses. Rebound handled by Eijeming. Reyes starts it. Puts up a 3, and it's short. Rebounded by Romano. Here comes Venon. Still able to get back on defense. Long 3, Duran is good. Nia Duran, and that's her second from well behind the arc.
And straight away also, Duran, taking that opportunity, just like what we just talked about for Bergen. And Brookdale still breaking down as far as perimeter defense, and Rich Brunson looking to talk that over with his brain trust in this timeout. 7:31 to go.
And he will a full timeout. Good game here, just a 1-point advantage for Brookdale as we step aside. We lead on winless Bergen. Ventura lobs it in. Wagner catches, puts it up, banks it in for 2.
No call by the referees there.
Bergen comes right back, and Adriana Huertas scores and then comes up shaken.
Yeah, it looks like she landed the wrong way, which put her in pain a little bit. Hopefully she gets better quickly.
She'll immediately head for the sidelines and is grabbing at her right side.
Jersey Blues possession.
The trainer will have a look as she's stretched out behind the Bergen bench. And it'll be Brookdale possession. Sit in for Wagner. Miskowski catch and shoot. And on a bounce, it's picked up by Alcaber before she's twisted to the floor.
See, that play, though, Brian, is what Brookdale should be looking for, which is Kenya Wagner backing in, looking for that inside shot, and then hopefully getting double-teamed with her height, and then kicking it over to one of her open teammates.
Inbound for Reyes. Ventura posting up. Now backs it out. Miskowski unable to hit the 3. And the long rebound tracked down by Triana. Charmaine Alcaber gives up her dribble, and that's a double dribble. There's 3 new Bergen players coming on. Victoria Venon, Nia Duran,
And number 3,
Jaylene Ferrer is back in. Miskowski to Wagner on the baseline. She hits.
Yeah, great look to Kenya Wagner and the baseline, extending the Brookdale lead now to 3.
Cologne on the perimeter, handed off for Duran, using the screen, bounce it for Venon. No from 3. And then there's a loose ball foul. That's on the Bulldogs.
Third personal foul against Jaylene Ferrer.
So Brookdale basketball. 5 on the floor: Ventura, Reyes, Miskowski, Wagner, and Ijeming. Officials are
Foul call on the bench.
getting together, and there's a technical foul. So they got a technical on the
Technical foul be charged against
Bergen bench. I guess something was said. I'm not sure if it was the coach or one of the players on the bench.
Shooting technical foul.
Dale will shoot the tee, and it'll be Reyes. .71% free throw shooter, and she gets to the line most frequently on this Brookdale team, puts it in.
Reyes second line shooting 1.
So she'll get another attempt.
Yeah, Carissa Reyes, a 71% free throw shooter, makes both of the line and extends now the lead to 5, 6:11 to go.
38-33. So Brookdale gets the 2 free throws and possession by virtue of the technical foul. Wagner positioned down low, not that time, and it's picked up by Cologne. Cologne brings it on and draws the foul.
Brookdale line shooting 2.
Cologne to the line.
First person foul.
No free throw attempts for the sophomore through the first 2 games for Bergen.
For Bergen.
She's one of just 2 sophomores. Free throw misses. The other is Isabella Romano. Everyone else on this Bergen team is in their freshman year. And comes up empty at the line. Miskowski going all the way. Offensive rebound to Reyes. And back to the line she goes.
See, that's what Brookdale needs much more. A lot of fouls being called on Bergen. Free throw opportunities for Reyes and Kenya Wagner. You need more of that for the Jersey Blues. A lot of contacts being initiated right under the basket.
And isn't that the underrated part of Reyes' game, the rebounding? She's only stands at 5'2", but averaging almost 5 rebounds a game. That's a pretty good figure for a guard.
Yeah, 4.7 rebounds a game, and yeah, insanely good for just a mere 5'2" guard like Reyes. And every opportunity she gets, every opportunity that every guard should get, that should prove to all the guards and forwards that there needs to be opportunities taken every time to go for it at the hoop.
So we got a 30-second timeout in the middle of the free throw attempt. Reyes will have one more coming. You see Bergen huddled up there with head coach David Mosconi, who's taken over this program following the retirement of Tracy Green, longtime coach for the Bulldogs. And the teams will break the huddle, and Reyes will ready to shoot the second attempt. 6-point advantage for Brookdale. Short that time. Rebound to Romano. Duran has shown her three-point prowess. This is a long two, and it's way off. Rebounded by Miskowski. Reyes ahead of the floor. Backs up with it. Wagner puts it on the floor. Strong move. Missed the shot. And here's Venon. Bounces for Ferrer, tied up along the baseline. And a Brookdale foul is called. So that's a foul out for Ashley Ventura. She picks up her 5th and final foul, and that's it.
Substitution, number 41, Mira Eicherman for Brookdale.
Bergen will have it underneath. Eichmann comes in as the replacement. As Romano, and that's good. Hey, Bergen has had some players step up in this game that had not been very big factors through the team's first 2 games. 4-point lead for Brookdale around the screen. Reyes and lays it up and
in. Not surprising for Carissa Reyes. She is the constant playmaker for the Jersey Blues, the leading scorer at 17 a game, as now the arena has been amped up with Reyes getting the steal.
The steal, and now to the basket. Oh, behind the back, Miskowski. What a look. I don't know that we've seen that in her repertoire before, but the behind-the-back pass to perfection. And an 8-point Brookdale lead. The misfire by Romano. And you can hear the noise level picking up inside Collins Arena now, as we're under 4 minutes to go in the third. Reyes slows down the tempo. Wagner inside, 2 more.
And that's another assist for Carissa Reyes. All credit to Reyes leading the way for the Jersey Blues in this game. Now 10-point lead.
Ferrer, the quick answer, short. Back to Brookdale, and the momentum is on the Jersey Blues side. Bergen will make changes in hopes that they can cut into the deficit. Melanie McCormick, Charmaine Alcaber, Melanie Triana, all checking in. To the corner, Miskowski, pump fake. Wagner, that's a 3. Wong. Eichmann picks up the offensive rebound, back up off the window, and over to Bergen. Jersey Blues foul called on Reyes. That's her first and the team's 3rd of this 3rd quarter. Huertas. Ball staying on the perimeter. Bump on the outside and pick the pocket. Miskowski goes back and can't get the shot to go. But it's last touched by the purple jerseys.
see all this type of defense, all this type of pressure on Bergen is what Brookdale needs to continue in not only the next 2 3/4 minutes of this third quarter, but the rest of the 10 minutes of the fourth quarter too. Mind you, we're only in the third quarter of this game still, even though, you know, the tempo is high for both Brookdale and Bergen. And the thing is now, Brookdale needs to continue that constant pressure defense, whether it's on the perimeter, in the paint, or anywhere on the court. And I believe that will be the key to winning this basketball game.
We've got 2:43 to go in the third. This team's meeting for the first of 2 meetings this year. They will play up in North Jersey at Bergen County on February the 7th. Last year they met twice and both were lopsided in favor of Brookdale. Off the inbounds, Wagner missed it, follow, no, and rebounded on the defensive end by Triana. He nearly lost the handle on it. Floating pass from McCormick, and the rebound is to Wagner. Reyes, beautiful bounce, and Miskowski unable to convert. And it goes the other direction. Substitutions, Jasmine Colon, Isabella Romano, Shailene Ferrer. They make their changes in 3s and 4s to Bergen. It's really just a 1-for-1 switch. 10-point game, Bergen down. Nice screen. Ferrer, basket rejected. A swat by Wagner. She's the team leader in that department. Averaging over a block a game on the season. 16 on the timer. As Bergen inbounds, bounce it in, foul called.
Yeah, that was a bump by Vera Adjumang as Romano went up for the basket.
Adjumang called on the foul. That's her first. It's Romano to shoot. Romano has been one of the regulars in Bergen's starting lineup. Starting all 3 games. 50% free throw shooter.
Isabella Romano at the line, shooting 1.
Second attempt, and 2 out of 2.
Yeah, 50% free throw shooter, Isabella Romano.
And Brookdale turns it over. Here's Ferrer. Stopping for 3 and hits it.
I don't think any of us are surprised by Ferrer taking initiative like that into her own hands and trimming this lead for Brookdale down to 5.
She is a terrific shooter. This is a 5-point game. Miskowski drive and fouled in the act. Miskowski will get 2 attempts. Bergen has picked up 5 team fouls now in the quarter.
And that means that Bergen County will be over the limit after either this foul or the next.
And the foul on Ferrer is notable because it is her 4th. And if they lose her, that spells major trouble. Officials are trying to get on the same page here, but Ferrer is going to be forced to the bench.
Duran, number 2 for Bergen.
Duran comes in. This is the time for Brookdale to extend the lead without the Bulldogs' number one weapon on the floor. Seven-point game. And the ball is loose and scooped up by Miskowski. Finds Wagner short. Offensive rebound, Barnes, who just checked in. Barnes driving baseline, falls to the floor, and she's fouled.
On the foul, number 11, Victoria Bergen. Third personal foul.
So now Barnes to the line. The fouls are piling up for Bergen. Ferrer has 4. Venon now has 3. Barnes out of Asbury Park.
Christina Barnes at the line shooting. Wall.
And 2 added 2. Brookdale 49, Bergen 40. Across midcourt, McCormick swings it for Venon. Jumper inside the arc is good. Long 2-pointer. Bergen pressing, and a 7-point difference. 50 seconds and ticking, third quarter. Wagner sets the high screen. Reyes gives up her dribble. Wagner the catch inside, and lost it. And Bergen's got it with a chance to get closer. Half-minute remaining. Romano tees it up and hits it. A 3, and it's down to a 4-point Brookdale lead.
Yeah, great awareness by Romano, knowing that she had an inch. So she took the mile and went for the 3-ball.
10 seconds left now. Shot clock turned off. Miskowski the handle. Lost the handle. Whistle blows, jump ball, and it's going over to Bergen as they applaud.
Bulldogs. 3.8 seconds remaining in the period. Bergen possession.
3.8 on the clock. And Bergen was so proficient at shooting the 3. Is going to try to get one last attempt here. Final 2 seconds into the hands of Duran. No good as the horn sounds. And we are through 3 quarters here in the first game of our doubleheader this evening. This one looks like it's going right down to the wire. Brookdale 49, Bergen 45. We're coming back for the final 10 minutes of play. You're watching Brookdale basketball on Brookdale TV. Brian Goudsworth, Dominic Sam, the rest of our Brookdale TV crew with you. Good game this has been. Brookdale trying to lock it down in the final 10 minutes. Bergen has hung tough in search of their first win of the year. Jaylene Ferrer is a star player for the Bulldogs, but she is on the floor in foul trouble. One more and she will be out of the game. Brookdale has lost Ashley Ventura on fouls for the rest of this one. Jersey Blues with possession to start the quarter. Reyes jumper, way off, and it goes over to Bergen.
The big thing that Brookdale needs to do on defense now is to patrol the perimeter and press them. Don't give them an inch whatsoever, and Brookdale will most likely hold off if that happens.
Here's Duran, unable to hit. Loose ball, and trying on the save, but unsuccessfully. Good effort by Romano. Jersey Blues will have it. Start the quarter with Miskowski, Reyes, Barnes, Ijeming, and Wagner. Miskowski, that's a 3 off the side rim, long rebound. And a running start with it for Ferrer, and coasting, but missed the lefty layup. Missed opportunity for Ferrer in transition. over a minute gone by now in the fourth. Reyes, beautiful backdoor cut. Miskowski misses.
Yeah, tough miss for Miskowski, but nevertheless, Reyes with a great look.
Duran off on a three, loose in the paint. Will stay on this end with Bergen, and here comes changes. Or maybe not. They were set to go to the scorers table, but head coach David Mosconi calling them back. So he sticks with this group on the floor. Catch and shoot McCormick, way short. Romano, she fell down on her attempt, and Brookdale emerges the other way. Miskowski in the corner. Reyes takes the handoff in the corner, shot clock at 10. Now inside for Wagner, two defenders are there. 4 seconds to shoot. Reyes for Wagner, little jumper, good.
And a great look over to Wagner that can bring this Brookdale lead back up to 6.
Traveling is the call on Duran as she unleashed a long three. Brookdale basketball. Bergen makes a change here. Adriano Huertas in, and
Substitution for Bergen, number 21, Adriano Huertas. Number 11, Victoria
Venon in as well.
And number 10, Melanie McCormick on the floor.
Ferrer is on the bench for the time being. Brookdale leads by 6. Reyes one-on-one on the perimeter, gives it up. Miskowski, top of the key three, air ball. And it was touched by Triana. That was not a good decision. Barnes inbounds for Wagner, goes up and puts it in for 2.
As I said, Brookdale needs way more of Kenya Wagner doing things like that. Nice little turn and hook shot to extend this lead. Now it's up to 8.
Triana's high arcing three doesn't go. And Brookdale will have it on the possession arrow.
Brookdale possession off the alternate possession.
Jersey Blues led this game 30-25 at halftime, leading 53-45 as we come up on 7 minutes to go. Miskowski for Barnes, pump fake, drive, floater, it goes down and the foul.
And there's your double-digit lead for the Jersey Blues, and the first points of the game for Christina Barnes.
That's a big bucket.
Number 11, Christina Barnes. On substitution, Jasmine.
One would say it was the nail to Bergen's coffin, but the thing is, Bergen is only down by 10. They can easily make up for this lead with 7 minutes to go.
Barnes looks to make good on a three-point play. Venon charged with her 4th. She's now on the Bergen bench. And this is now the largest lead for Brookdale. It's up to 11. Jasmine Cologne. Double teamed. Stripped by Miskowski. Brookdale comes the other way off the steal. High post with Wagner. looking over her options. Puts it on the floor and drives and doesn't get it to fall. Duran for Bergen. Ferrer on the drive and gets the roll. Her scoring ability can single-handedly keep the Bulldogs in this game. The advantage is 9.
Pressure's on with Carissa Reyes. Defended by Nia Duran.
Barnes, fake. Wagner is open, short. Offensive rebound, Barnes. Contact, no call, and then a scramble for it.
Altered possession goes to Bergen.
Bergen basketball, 5.5 to play.
Possession.
Brunson summons Sophia Gross to the scores table. She'll check in at the next whistle. Reyes defending on Ferrer. Turning with it. Ferrer takes the handoff. Gets around Reyes. Foul line extended. Might have gotten a piece of it. And Barnes unable to grab hold of it. So Bergen will have 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Substitution, Gross comes in, Ijeming to the bench.
Bergen possession.
Knocked out of bounds by Barnes.
Bulldogs will retain possession. We're approaching 5 minutes remaining in the game. Approaching 5 minutes.
Now the inbound near side. Have to work quickly with McCormick. Ferrer gets to the basket on the drive. Off the glass shot, misses. Reyes moving toward the basket and blocked by Cologne. Nearly poked away by Barnes, but out of bounds.
On substitution for Bergen, number 11, Victoria Benin.
Victoria Venon back in.
On the floor for the Bulldogs.
Jasmine Cologne to the bench. Venon will have to be careful on the floor with 4 personals, as is Ferrer. Bergen down by 9. Duran knocks it down. And she continues to show off the range.
Yeah, that is her sweet spot right there, from straight away at the top of the key. And she took advantage there, took the inch, or excuse me, was given the inch and took the mile in order to trim this Brookdale lead now down to 6.
Wagner's shot in the lane, picks it back up on the offensive rebound, stripped and fouled.
She had Miskowski out in the corner for a second there, but didn't take the second to kick it over.
Correction, Nia Duran on the foul. For a personal foul.
Bergen is going to take a timeout. So we've got 4:12 to go in a 6-point game. Brookdale 56, Bergen 50. Back to the Collins Arena in just a moment.
Yeah, obviously you haven't. I'm not participating. Yeah, I can't. I get here and I get here, and then I get like a little stash, and it's not pretty. I'm gonna try and see throughout now in December. It's working out. So you just gotta get in here a little bit, and then boom. Let's hope.
.4:12 to play. We're in the 4th quarter. Brian Katzer, Dominic Sama, rest of our Brookdale TV crew with you. Danny Gulix is in the booth getting set for Game 2 of the doubleheader as well. Kenya Wagner at the line. Brookdale men's team off to a fantastic start. Unbeaten, ranked in the top 10 nationally. As Wagner puts 2 on the board from the line, extends the lead to 8. And has some press on in the backcourt. And it's taken away by Reyes.
See, this is what Brookdale needs. Press defense, take the ball back, kill time. They have the lead. All they need to do is just kill that shot clock, kill that clock, and not have shots like that happen with Kenya Wagner.
Durant steps back behind the line, and it'll stay with Bergen. Knocked out on Miskowski.
Substitution for the Bulldogs. Number 3, Jasmine Cologne on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs.
Bergen basketball on the side. Ferrer curling toward the basket. Gotta watch Duran. This time she drives through the paint and can't get the bounce. And then a foul, and they get Brookdale. Over the back call on Miskowski.
Foul's number 3, Brookdale. Number 3, Ava Miskowski. Second personal foul.
That's her second. Brookdale had yet to commit a foul all quarter until now. 3:36 mark. Lob it out top, Ferrer. Takes it back. Fires a 3, way short. Offensive rebound though, Romano. And good defense by Wagner on the denial. And Brookdale's in transition. It's Miskowski striding to the basket. Taken here by Durant. Bergen in an 8-point hole. Vanan hits the 3. Bergen continues to show off three-point shooting. That is their A game.
Yeah, and the Brookdale lead's now down to 5 thanks to all that three-point shooting and all that taken advantage of with the Brookdale Jersey Blues breaking down as far as their three-point perimeter defense.
Barnes. Wagner kicks it. Reyes bounces over the glass.
Substitution for Bergen.
Here come the substitutions on the Bergen side, 4 of them.
Number 0.
Coach David Mosconi has been busy making changes all game long, but he's been shuffling the deck. His team has remained competitive. 2.5 to play. Vanan for 2. No, offensive rebound. Triana had it taken away. Loose ball scooped up by McCormick. And it goes over to the Jersey Blues. What do you think the biggest key will be in closing this one out for Brookdale?
Constant defense, holding the ball, taking it all the way up until the shot clock ends, and continuing to make sure the ball is secured. Unlike what Carissa Reyes just did, losing the ball, you can't do that. You need to keep that ball secured. Kenya Wagner giving it over. And there's Vera Ajamang. See, that's what you need, something like that to extend the lead and make this lead secure enough for Brookdale to secure this lead and make this a victory.
And that's a turnover and comes at the worst time for Bergen. With time not on their side, just 1:43. Brookdale basketball.
Number 31 is Romano. Number 3, Jasmine Cologne. Number 25.
Brunson's team looking to hit the 500 mark. They've alternated wins and losses thus far on the season. And if that trend continues, they would get a win today as Miskowski is fouled.
On foul, number 11, Victoria Bennett. That's a good first foul. On substitution, number 10, Melanie McCormick for the Bulldogs. At the line, number 3, Eva Miskowski.
Miskowski to the line, a 60% free throw shooter. Meanwhile, Vanan picks up the last foul, and that's her 5th. She's out. So each side has lost 1 on fouls. Brookdale to inbound underneath. not in the act of shooting. Picked up by Romano. Bergen needs to put points on the board quickly, down by 7. Here is Cologne. No good. Rebounded by Wagner. Brookdale can go to work at the clock here. As we hit 1 minute remaining, a steal. And it looks like it's going in Bergen's favor. Foul on the Jersey Blues.
Reyes, second personal foul.
Reyes is hit with her second.
Second.
See, I think that's a huge plus also, Brian, that Carissa Reyes is keeping low on the fouls, knowing that she is the team leader and that it would be not a major but an enormous impact, say, that she started fouling later in the game and got fouled out and left it.
Full timeout on the floor. Inside a minute to go. Brookdale looking to wrap this one up, leading 60-53. Bergen basketball. Ferrer driving baseline, hands it off. Travel on Cologne for the shot.
Brookdale possession. Again, reminder, 1 minute. Also, reminder between games.
Jersey Blues 47 seconds away from putting this one in the win column and going to a record of 3-3. Next up is a game on Thursday at Passaic. They will be home again 2 weeks from today against Sussex.
And to add, Brian, no matter the loss for Bergen, as Kenya Wagner just made that lay-in to make the Brookdale lead up to 9, Bergen is now a force to be reckoned with, especially in this game.
Yeah, it looks like an improved program, especially with the presence of Ferrer, and she certainly did her part tonight. Got better contributions elsewhere, but it is still in a losing effort as Brookdale can hold it in the final 5 seconds. And this one is over. And the Jersey Blues win for the first time at home this year. They are now 3-3 on the season as they win this one by a final tally of 62-53, knocking off Bergen and continuing their win streak against the Bergen Bulldogs. So you see the handshakes between these teams. The men's game will be coming up in about a half an hour from now. Dominic Sam will be joined by Danny Gulitz for the call of that one. So we thank you for joining us. First game of our coverage is in the books. Brookdale a winner tonight. Once again, the final score 62-53. I'm Brian Gatchford. Thanks so much for watching. Our coverage continues.